1.
Okay, so we're going to be talking about the closed to open continuum. So what does it mean? All this really is talking about how you're going to state what the main topic of your paper is. How many different kinds of forms are there? There are so many different kinds of forms, but the textbook only has 4, so that's what we're going to be talking about. On your continuum, you have closed on your left, open on your right. Your closest one to close is going to be top down. Next, in between closed and open is delayed thesis, but that's closer to closed. And closer to open but still has some closed form in there is thesis seeking. And then your open form writing is going to be your theme-based narrative. Your top-down thesis-based prose is going to be thesis is clearly stated in the intro. Every point of the essay is going to be linked to the thesis. The body paragraphs are going to help support the thesis, and it's going to have structure. A basic example of this is like what this kid is writing, just a basic essay that you've always written. Next is your delayed thesis prose. The thesis is going to appear at the end of the paper. It's going to read as a mystery, and it's going to hold you in suspense. This would be something like if Fred from Scooby-Doo was going to write a paper, this is most likely what he would write it in. Next, you got your thesis seeking prose. It's going to be based around a question rather than a thesis. It's going to explore questions or problems. It's going to show many angles of the problem. It's going to tell stories to show that it's a hard problem, otherwise you wouldn't have the problem. And it may never get to a thesis. It could be something like explaining why a school should have an ultimate frisbee team. It doesn't get to a thesis, it's just giving examples as why it may or may not be good. Your final one that they mention is a theme-based narrative. It's going to have story-like elements, usually called nonfiction, often used to deepen a problem or show human significance. And it's going to be more of a theme than a thesis. And it's going to violate the closed form rules. An example of this would be a poem. As we can see here, it's going to relate everything to anything. So this is the 4 main kinds. Hope you freshened up on what you learned or learned something new. Peace out, hombre. Got your sources.